أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الذي أنزل على عبده الكتاب ولم يجعل له عوجا.
You're welcome back. You're still watching Al-ikhlas, Fi-Ramadan, your Ramadan diet. Now, yesterday we had a very, very important topic to discuss with our viewers out there. And the topic of discussion yesterday was the rights of a woman in polygamy. Now, it's going to be a continuation of that particular topic because we are not able to cover everything about it. Of course, we have the pleasure of our Honorable Imam in the house, in the person of the Chief Imam of NASFAD headquarters, Utaku Abuja branch. That is Imam Sharafuddin Abdul Salam Aliaga. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamu warahmatullahi ta'ala.
Marhaba bikum. Thank you for coming today again. MashaAllah. Now, our viewers out there, as usual, we're going to discuss briefly about polygamy. And after some time, you're going to be able to call in. So if you have any question, just hold it right there. You're going to be able to call in to ask our Ustaz anything that you want to ask in a very short while. MashaAllah. Now, Ustaz, yesterday we talked much about the right of a woman and everything. Now, I want us to look deeper into what co-wives, what's the issue of this trending scenario between co-wives, like the first wife is the senior and the other ones have to bow to her. Is there any Islamic ruling on or against that?
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Salatu wassalam ala ashrafil mursaleen. Sayyidina wa nabiyyina wa maulana Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for bringing us back today to continue our discussion on the right of women in polygamy as far as Islam is concerned. The issue of seniority in polygamy is one of those things that people discuss about. I am the first wife, I am the second wife. I want us to understand one thing, that even Islam recognizes seniority. Seniority could be from different kind of walks of life. For example, an elderly person, for example, is required to be respected by a younger person. You understand? So therefore, and Rasulullah says, "Laysa minna man lam yukrim kabirana wala yarham saghirana." Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet says, such a believer or a Muslim who failed to accord the deserving respect to an elderly one is not part of me. And such an elderly one who failed to comfort, to bring closer, to be simple to the younger ones is not of me as well. So the two is very important. What I would just say in this regard is that as a senior wife, your younger wife, who is your mate, deserves certain right, even though she's a younger wife. You see, being the seniority in the polygamy has nothing to do with age in some cases. The first wife could be younger to the second wife, and the second wife could be younger to the third wife, as the case may be. But the most important thing that she comes in gives her that level of little seniority that she's already in the house. So, and Islam wants us to give respect to those who seems to senior us in one thing or the other. And the senior one should not be too joyous of being the senior, stepping on the toes of the younger one. Each of them has deserved one right or the other. So to say, respect is reciprocal. So you maintain your seniority and give the younger ones her deserving right, and the younger one is also, why we call the younger one, it may be of age, it may be of the marriage to the same man. So at that level, the one who comes second or third is also expected to respect the elderly, the senior one in the business.
MashaAllah.
Common sense will tell us that it is a normal thing. You understand? When you come early to somewhere and you are already there, you have the experience, you have spent some years with the man, another person that is coming in is expected to calm down, look around, study the environment. Why doing that? Somebody has got that information before your arrival. So she deserves that respect. And the respect is based on taqwa Allah, piety, fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
MashaAllah. Now there's this strange discrimination, you know, like when there's a third wife, maybe the second wife wants to go closer to the first wife now and seclude the third wife, or maybe the first wife will grab the third wife and they will seclude the, you know, second wife, and vice versa. Sometimes maybe there are four, they'll just take each other two. Is that really normal, and is it allowed?
It is not, because you see, it's like forming a caucus within the same family that is required and expected Islamically to be one. You understand? إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ إِخْوَةٌ. That's what Quran says in Surah Al-Hujurat. All believers are brothers and sisters among themselves.
Yeah.
فَأَصْلِحُوا بَيْنَ أَخَوَيْكُمْ. Perfect your brotherhood and your sisterhood. In another verse of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, تَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْبِرِّ وَالتَّقْوَى وَلَا تَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْإِثْمِ وَالْعُدْوَانِ وَمَعْصِيَةِ الرَّسُولِ. Come together in support of one another on righteousness. Do not come together on evils. So if the first wife decides to choose the third wife, leaving the second wife at the middle to suffer, to be alone, to live in isolation, that would be very, very un-Islamic. We are together, we are, Muslim sisters. You know, there's one word in Yoruba, in Hausa, I don't know how they call it in Igbo, they say Kishia. You understand? In Yoruba, they will say Orogun. That statement alone is negative. I don't welcome it. I will prefer mates of the same husband, wives of the same husband, to call themselves sisters. You can call your Iyali, the senior one, my senior sister. This one can decide to say my junior sister in the marriage sacred. You understand? This is better than saying my Orogun, you know, as if you are supposed to be at loggerhead at all times.
At all times.
Maintain the brotherhood and sisterhood that Islam preaches every now and then. You tend to enjoy. Sometimes when you are too close, the husband sometimes feel uncomfortable. You understand? Hey, I hope these people will not overtake. They will not overthrow the government from me. You know, that would be good.
It's possible.
Yes. So, but we should not pick one another and start standing alone. The united we stand, divided we fall. That is what Islam says.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Now, is it actually allowed in any way for co-wives, you know, to keep malice within each other?
We mentioned something like this yesterday. Co-wives or no co-wives, they remain sisters in the same religion. And Islam does not allow anyone to keep malice with his sister or her sister or his brother or her brother more than 3 days. لا يحل المؤمن أن يهجر أخاه فوق 3 أيام.
MashaAllah.
It is not proper for any Muslim, male or female, to keep malice with his or her brother for more than 3 days.
MashaAllah.
And you understand? So for any wife in the house to keep malice to the other wife, the same marriage will not be allowed. And if you are still doing it, it is sin, and I'm saying it very clearly. That whatever happens between you, you know, certain things have been happening among us, and we keep it to ourselves, and it is better discussed. It's only good to extray our heart. Say your mind. Let the second person know where he or she offended you. By the time you say it out, I want to believe if that person is also very reasonable and is a pious Muslim, it's just left for him or her to say, I am sorry, please forgive me. And the relationship will be perfect. But keeping it to yourself will push you into hatred, hatred into enmity, enmity into war. So on this note, whatever happens among the wives of the same husband should be settled even without the knowledge of the wives. You are all mature. You are all Muslims. Always think of Allah in whatever you are doing. Even though if you are married to your husband as one, I mean, if you are practicing monogamy, you need fear of Allah. You need knowledge about the principles and teachings of Islam. And if you are 2, 3, or 4, you need the same thing. If you are one with your husband, you need to fear Allah and be conscious of what you are doing Islamically. If you are more than 1, 2, 3, the same thing is applicable to you. It's the same Allah that we judge monogamy and polygamy.
Mashallah. Mashallah. Now, is a husband supposed to condone malice, you know, under his roof, or he's supposed to rebook it in a way, just in case it comes to his knowledge? Then is there a specific way he can actually resolve conflicts between them?
You see, Al-Quran says directly to the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, وَأَنذِرْ عَشِيرَتَكَ الْأَقْرَبِينَ. Preach, admonish, warn your immediate family who are close to you. You see, it is not an easy task for any man to build up a family. It is not a joke. It's not a day job for John to think of picking a woman as a wife. You start bearing children, and you have to raise them. You see, kullukum ra'i wa kullukum mas'ulu an ra'iyati. The Prophet said, each of the family heads are seen in the sight of Allah as shepherd. So every other person under your roof, under your authority, will be asked about. We will ask you about their well-being. So the well-being of wives in the polygamy is the husband will be answerable to it. Every husband will be answerable to the well-being of the wives. So you don't even have to wait until you are told. As a man, you see, it's not about being rich alone that will make one to practice polygamy. You have to be smart. You have to be sensible. You have to be knowledgeable. You have to be conscious of Allah. You have to be pious. It's not about I have money, I can keep 4 wives, I have mansions, I have 50 houses, I can give each of them 2. That is not all that it takes to practice polygamy. You need to be cool-headed. You need to be calm. You need to be sensible. When a woman comes to you and reports the order to you, use your number 6. Listen to her properly. Get the attention of the other one. Listen to her properly. Then use Allah's book and the Sunnah of Rasulullah and common sense to judge in between them. So when you are told of any malice, it is your responsibility to make sure that you resolve that issue that very day. You can't be too in a hurry to go somewhere and your house is on fire. Allah will not be pleased with you. It's better you don't practice it. That is what is required of a polygamist. And I want to believe it's mostly is by qadara that you are going to practice it. Then you have to be prepared for it. Yes,
mashallah, because for anyone to think of going into polygamy, one should know that it's not about money, capacity, and the strength and the age.
It takes one to be smart and be wise enough. You see, let me tell you one thing. Most people may feel shocked and they, what is Imam saying? You need to be, sometimes in some cases you need to be trickish. Use your number 6. You see, to pull their legs just to make them happy. Sometimes the Prophet ﷺ says, "Lays al-kadhabu alladhi yakdhib bayna nas." The one that crops up lies in between 2 fighters is not a liar. Just to make sure you resolve them. That's what the Prophet says. You are not a liar. If you lie to the first wife and lie to the second wife in positive, you say, you see, my second wife always talk good about you. She prays for you in my presence. She does this. She take care of your children in your absence, even though that is not happening, just to make the first wife happy. The second wife, you could tell her the same thing. That if you know the way my senior wife talk about you, that was the day she even sat down, she was praying for you. Both of them will be happy. I don't know, she likes me to that extent. Before you know it, they will come together. That is Islam. That if it is a lie, that is part of the acceptable lies in Islamic monotheism to settle disputes so that both of them can live in peace.
They'll learn to love each other.
Yes.
You think she loves you, she will think you love her. And
Of course, before you know it,
so
they
why
come
am I
together.
fighting this person?
Yeah, those are the things a reasonable man who wants to practice polygamy should have. It's not all about money. It's not all about frowning one's face and say, keeping malice. If all of you will not come together, get out of my house, go to your father's house. I'm even tired of this. You have to know what you are into. You are into a serious business that requires serious smartness, consciousness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and usage of the book of Allah and the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
MashaAllah. Our viewers out there, the line is open to you now. If you want to call in, you have any question to ask Imam, please do that right now. The number is 080-9987-1989. Don't forget to turn down the volume of your TV set or move away from your TV whenever you want to call so we can actually hear you clearly. MashaAllah. Now, Imam, the issue of husbands now trying to, finish conflicts. Some husbands are actually sensitive to maybe the junior wife or the senior wife. The moment she takes case to him, you just see him flying up. She did that to you? In fact, I'm going to deal with her. And some men are actually so funny that out of anger, they could just say, I divorce all of you, start going home. Is that really right?
It is not right. Even both divine sense and common sense will tell you that it can never be right. That is why I am saying it for those who have the intention of practicing polygamy and are finding it very tough and rough. You have to know what you are into. You need certain trainings. Go and meet malams. Ask them about how you should go. Ask them on how to go about it. It is very important. If someone comes to report to you, don't forget Quran says in the same Surah Al-Hujurat, in ja'akum fasiqun binaba'in fatabayyanu an tusibu qawman bijahalatin fatusbihu ala ma fa'altum nadim. If a mischief, someone who is mischievous comes to you with an information, tabayyanu, find out. Verify, investigate the matter before you take your stand, before you decide. And to see qawman bijahal, so that you don't condemn certain category of people ignorantly, unknowingly. Fatusbihu ala ma fa'altum nadim, you come to regret your action aftermath. So on this note, if the second wife comes to report the first wife, that is what I said earlier. Listen to her very well. Don't show to her that she's lying or bringing things together. Get the same information from the other one. You now use your sense as a man, use the teachings and principles of Al-Quran and Sunnah. Find out how did the Prophet and comfortably, even though they had issues, but the Prophet of Islam was able to resolve them. So you need to be a man enough not to be carried away by the information given to you by any of your wives. You start taking actions, or you are tired and set all of them out, then you are not qualified for that game. If you must be qualified, then you have to say the truth, find out the truth, verify, and tell them the truth wisely. If you have to pass the truth, the fact to any of them, you have to be wise.
MashaAllah.
You just have to be wise.
MashaAllah. Let's start picking calls. Hello? Wa alaikum salam. Who is on the line? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Wa alaikum salam. Go ahead. Must you what?
Open the duplex.
A duplex?
Business.
Business.
The one is not a civil servant.
Okay.
And that's something.
Okay.
Open for the of the one is a civil servant.
Okay.
That's my question.
Oh, if I hear you correctly, you want to know if your wife is not a civil servant, if you must open a business for her.
No, I think that. Why?
Okay, you have two wives.
Why is it? Why is not? servant.
Okay.
One is a salary earner.
Okay.
Like one operate business for her.
For the other one, okay, mashallah, Imam will answer you.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, that is part of the smartness from the part of the husband.
Yes.
If one is a civil servant, the other one is not, and she is complaining that she has to be doing something. You understand? Before you do that, you see the one who is a civil servant. You will have talked to her.
Okay.
You will have discussed with her. You will have made her realize why the other one has to go for something doing. You understand that she's always at home. I know if she's always at home and she's bored, on your return, little thing can cause trouble in between you. Let me just try to engage her with something little, possibly. You see, just to maintain peace and order in the house, it's very important. Just use the numbers. It is not bad for you. She will come back to ask you as a woman that where is her own capital, even though she's a civil servant.
Yes.
Just use your numbers. Be smart on how to go about it.
Mashallah, mashallah, Imam. And it's true. Every woman wants to take her rights by all
She will
means.
ask you, even though she doesn't have the time, she will ask you.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Salaam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Who is on the line, please?
My name is Gary.
Okay, go ahead. Ask your question.
Hello?
Hello, go ahead. We are listening to you.
Okay. I want to ask Imam.
Okay.
There's somebody that is praying for us here, and then is an Imam also, and then never married. How can we do that in Islam?
Okay, Imam will answer your question now.
That you have an imam who is
You're
praying for
welcome.
you in your masjid and is not married. Well, it is not mandatory that your imam must be married before he becomes an imam. I heard people saying it. The only thing that Islam and Sharia says is that when you have 2 to 3 people who are struggling for the same imamship of the same mosque,
Okay.
you should, choose the one who is married.
Okay.
That person will have upper hand on the ones who are not married. That is
okay.
number 1. So the number 2, for an imam not to be married is not too good. You can find a young chap who is not yet married, who has the knowledge and what it takes to lead you in the mosque, Islamic and the rest of them. The marriage does not stop him, but we need to encourage him to quickly get married. You understand? It's very nice. For example, in Nasfat, you cannot become a missioner or an imam without being married. Even if you know everything, we will keep you there until you are married, just for us to make sure you are responsible. Then other people's wives will not attract you when you have your own at home. That will make an imam to control himself. It's very important that your imam gets married.
Okay, mashallah. Hello? Hello? Seriously, viewers out there, please, when you're calling in, make sure you turn down the volume of your TV so as we can actually hear you when you're calling, because the noise at the background is going to interfere and will not be able to pick anything. Now, such an imam that is actually knowledgeable and all that, and he's not married yet,
yeah.
Is there any specific reason why he cannot, be an imam? Does that mean that when you're not married, you're just not full? You're not just one whole number?
You see, let me tell you one thing. In the religion of Islam, marriage, according to the Holy Prophet Muhammad, has taken half of your faith.
Of your deen.
Of your deen, generally. Man tazawwaja faqad ahrasa nisfa dinihi. Whoever gets married has fulfilled half of his deen. You understand? So for an imam to lead in the mosque, he is required to get married. That will balance his status as a religious leader, as a leader, as an imam of that mosque. You understand? That will make him to be more responsible, and everybody around who are married will trust him. At least he's married. But if he's not, some may not trust him, then he may not behave very, very responsibly.
Mashallah, mashallah. Considering he wouldn't even have the marriage experience to cancel.
Some people, Allah endow them with so many things. They can come in, for me, I have been counseling married people years before I got married. It's possible.
Yes.
But it will add to the knowledge and experience of such an imam to get married. You know how to go about settling disputes among the married ones.
Okay, mashallah, mashallah, alhamdulillah. Now, our viewers out there, alhamdulillah, the topic of discussion since yesterday and today has been the right of a woman in polygamy. And we have the honor of the Chief Imam of NASFAT headquarters, Otaku Abuja branch, with us in the person of Imam Abdul Salam Sharafaddin Ali Agan. Jazakallah khairan, sir. Thank you very much for joining us. We are so grateful that you're here at least twice, mashallah. Now, our viewers out there, the time is already against us. This is all we can take today on Al-Ikhlas. You can join us again tomorrow, same time, 9:30 a.m., live from ITV. My name is Medinat Fagbo. I'm your host on this program. Masalam.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الذي أنزل على عبده الكتاب ولم يجعل له